Hello there guys, it's me, Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 17 of Old World, and I think I'm at that point in the game now where I'm starting to draw towards the end. I don't think there's a huge amount that I can do to affect my victory here. I've just got to go through the motions and see if I've done enough in the early game to catch up. It may work, it may not. I did notice a good discussion going on in the comments for a previous video, which I absolutely agree with, and that is the tutorial in this game really misrepresents war. It makes it look far too easy. The tutorial gives you a massive army. It gives you a load of orders to move them all around, and you can just steamroll over the AI city. But in reality, it is not that easy. But we must press on. Let's see what we've got to do here. Well, we're at the end of the term from the previous video, so let's just go ahead and continue with that. We are at 6 out of 10 ambitions, and these two are, I think, reasonably achievable. So I will try and work towards those if I can. What do we have here? I'm not too bothered about the free trireme. The game is suggesting battle line, which is only a single turn. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that. I think that's fine. We've got a worker here. Now it is suggesting a quarry there, but again, it's a tree tile, and I'd rather have a lumber mill there. We could get a library here, get some extra science. That is going to cost us some stone. Stone is really expensive at the moment. I mean, that has practically wiped me out. Then we've got the disciple who was building the temples. I think we need one over here, so let's get him down here. But again, we don't have the stone. Yes, the temples we need. We don't have the stone, and the stone would cost me 1,700 plus gold. So yeah, that's not going to happen. Even if I sold food and iron, and we're short on iron, so yeah, everything's a bit of a mess right now. Okay, what else have we got? A couple of cities that need to do something with. We can get a miner here on the... what are you on? On the gems. That will give us an extra... No, not the gems. This one. Yeah, this one will actually give us an extra 20 gold a year. So that's the silver. So we'll do that. We'll go to the next city, and there's not a lot we can do here. You've completed festival. Let's go for the monk, because that will give us additional culture, which is obviously what we need to try and do here. We can get a court scholar or some science. Let's take the science, actually. So that completes the science. And I think, what's it suggesting next? It's suggesting that's machinery, I think. Let me have a look at that. Yeah, machinery. Not too bothered about the free court soldier. Yeah, it's only a single year, so let's go for that. And what was that event? So we can, in the capital city, gain urban cohorts, which is 2 training a year for -5 gold. Or we can gain 810 civics, or we can gain 2 legitimacy. 2 legitimacy on top of 222 is hardly worthwhile. We're still going to be giving away training to Carthage for the next 7 years, so that is wearing off. So it might be worth grabbing that one. Not necessarily sure that we need the civics. I'm not earning a lot of civics, but I don't really need them. So I think I will go for urban cohorts. It's not going to benefit me too much early on, but later it might. Let's just go around with these scouts. We can harvest those elephants there. We can get those horses. So there's an extra 100 gold. And you can get the silver. There's another 50. And over there to the sheep, which is just food. Okay, I think that's fine. Yeah, you can't do anything for now. You're just going to have to stay there until we can afford the stone. I am gaining stone every year. But the price of it is just incredibly high because we've been buying so much. Never feels like you have enough quarries in this game. Okay, so we've got machinery. We can get a free onager, and I'm tempted to take that. Not that I intend to go to war, but a free military unit is not a bad idea. Chancellor has died in office. We should probably get a new one. So... Oh, look at that. You could give us some money there, couldn't you? You would lose us a little bit of civics, and we are only gaining 40. No, you can. You know what? We can go in with you. That'll give us a fair bit of money there. Okay, so now we have another worker. This one was building fields, farms around the granaries. which I think we've about done to the best of our ability now. We can't really do more there. Citadel, courthouse, library. I mean, if anything, we need another quarry. Can we buy tiles here? Yes, we can. Let's go and buy a tile. And then, where possible, we'll get another quarry in here. And we might even get another one over here at some point as well. I think these tiles are going to... This tile and this tile would be particularly good for quarries. We've got a lot of workers who are currently sitting idle. We could get a lot of lumber mills over here. I mean, we are actually making a decent amount of lumber right now. It's suggesting a garrison, a courthouse, a barracks, a shrine. This is a reasonably new city. We don't have a lot of stone, though. And I'd rather... Let me cycle through. It's you that I want, isn't it? I'd rather you build the cathedral. No, not the cathedral. The temple. That's going to cost me 300. Yeah, we can afford the gold for the temple. You get building that temple because we want to get that ambition. Promotion for our war elephant here. Let's give you combat 2 and make sure that we put you on sentry mode. Right, now let's go back through the remainder of the workers. You've built a market there. So that's fine. Again, it's still suggesting a quarry here. That wouldn't be a good quarry. That'd be a very, very poor quarry, to be honest. What could you build over here? You could build a grocer. Let's get a grocer. That'll earn us some more money. Money's going to be very important for us. You've pretty much built all the lumber camps you can. You could get another one over here. Let's just have a quick look what we could build here. We could get a market. So let's go and build a market there. Start getting some of these buildings that'll give us some money. We're back up to this guy. I'd like that silver. But I think we'll have to buy our way out to it to get the silver mine. We can get the camp, of course. Let's go get the camp first. And then we'll work our way over there and probably buy that silver mine. We have you up here. Not a great lot of options for you. It's suggesting a shrine. Again, that's going to cost us stone, which would be expensive. I guess it doesn't matter which one of these tiles we grab, does it? Can we buy a tile here? Yes, we can. And then that pretty much grabs a ton of them. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. You've completed a granary. That's because we were going to go and build more farms around it. So let's work on that plan. And you have completed the grove there. Now, I'm sure there was some other stuff around here that I wanted to get, but I can't recall what. So let's move you into an urban tile and see what our options are. We could potentially get an Odeon. Now, that is going to be 1,000 gold. We can afford the Odeon, so let's go ahead and do that. So we'll get the Odeon in there. As for my scouts, I think there probably are still a few things that I can grab. They're kind of stuck now. Just bring you down a little. Well, yeah, you can't really go anywhere. So let's leave you there. We've got this one over here. We can't get that because it's not in our territory. We've already grabbed this one. Yeah, not an awful lot else for you to do. We do have a couple of other cities that have finished what they were doing. You were working on Archive 2. Now, we need Archive 4. Again, it costs stone, and that is a lot of stone. More stone than I can afford to buy. Treasury would cost us an equal amount. Let's say we've sold some food. Because we could afford to sell some food. That's put us up to 2,000. So let's go and get the archive here. No, treasury. Let's get some more money coming in. So we're working on a treasury 3. We've still got to do the treasury 4 as well. Now, we also need a forum 4. You will be able to do that. We can't afford it here. Can we make some more money? We should really work on an apprentice, though. That one's only a single year. So let's go ahead and do that. We can educate our heir. Let's go for wisdom. Do we want to... Yeah, we can send them the lavender. That's fine. And, oh no, we don't want the monkey pet owner. Let's go for the tropical fish. I don't think I've seen that one before. So we'll get a tropical fish as a pet. Far more manageable than a monkey, one would think. One would hope, anyway. So we're going to get our free Onaga. We are still losing training, but that should be fine. Carthage is now in an alliance with Assyria. I don't think that's going to be a problem for us. And we're now being suggested for hydraulics, which will give us mills. Yeah, let's go for hydraulics. So we've got 8 workers with nothing to do, and we still have very little stone. Now, we bought this tile to build a quarry. And we should. So let's go ahead and do that. Stone is the big blocker for us right now. I'm just trying to get lumber mills around here because I'm trying to avoid spending stone where I don't need to. We could get a market here or a library, but the market's really not going to make any difference to anything. I think an odium would actually be better. I really don't want to be using that stone, but that city needs to grow. Now we can get a theatre over here for 33 stone. That's going to cost me 1,000 gold. We can afford that. So... let's do that. You're going to move over here and we're going to get that mine on the silver. Still got 4 workers remaining. We are losing out on iron, so I might go up here and build a mine. You're on flat ground. This is a hill. So we could build a mine here for 8 iron. You have completed the market. We should definitely go and get that farm there. Just because it's worth 20 gold anyway, because it's a wheat tile. And then one final unit over here. Now, it's suggesting a harbour, plus 14 gold. Now, it literally only costs wood to build. But that'll also give me some additional culture from this tile. So yeah, let's move you in there and build that. Just requires wood, that's fine. For the scouts... do I have even anything else I can grab with them? Not entirely sure that I do. You've got the silver there and there. I haven't had a look down in this direction. Might be something worthwhile. Couple of cities with nothing to do. So you finished work on the stone cutter. This stuff here is all like entry level, so we don't need to do that. Let's get the master shopkeeper, because that's going to help us with gold. You've completed the apprentice poet. So let's get a master poet. Is this the one where we actually wanted... no, this is the one where we wanted to get the forum. But I can't afford it anyway. And then you've completed an axeman. Okay, that's great. Let's get the rancher in here. Both give us the same benefits, so it doesn't really make any difference. And then we've got a few things to do. So Carthage can lose opinion of us. I think we'll keep Carthage loyal. Them declaring another war on me right now, I think, would end in pretty much disaster. Not really spending through the civics, so let's keep going for science. And that's actually completed a tech for us. So let's queue up stirrups. We can't... there's nothing to choose from here. We become tough. Okay, positive trait. All families lose 20 opinion of us for 20 years. But the capital gains +2 culture and -1 discontent per year. Or we can gain a load of civics. Or we can gain extra charisma. Yeah, let's just do that one. It's one of those ones where you can only get it if you've got a certain trait. And we've got the trait, so we might as well use it. They're buying tiles to try and sort of block me off a little bit here. I mean, I could... that's the Axeman, isn't it? You're just going to do that. And what else do we have over here? The Onaga. That's fine. You can stay there. Right, let's end the year then and see where this goes. I am still ahead of Carthage only by a single point. We're 13 victory points away from potentially winning. Now 12 victory points away from potentially winning. Great, so minus... we could spend an extra 11 gold a year to get -2 discontent in the city. Which I think is probably worthwhile. You are our granddaughter. Become prosperous or eloquent or an engineer. Prosperous I prefer. This is our husband. We don't have options to do anything here. So he'll just have to be disappointed with us. The governor has died in office. This is in the capital. Now, most of these have got pretty negative traits. Yours is decent. You're a cultivator. You'd give us a lot of extra food. Let's put you in. Okay, now we're back to workers with not much to do. This would be a good quarry. In fact, we could get a let's back up a second. I was going to get a quarry there because of its position, but we can get a market in this city. So let's go ahead and get a market. 36 gold. That's got to be worthwhile. Get warm baths as well we don't have yet. Okay. You could go and get a quarry over here. I think that's going to be a good place for a quarry. Yeah, plus 10. And we have you who has finished the market. So what would be a good thing for you to get? Yeah, we could go ahead and get a harbour again. That's fine. As for you guys, again, there's not really an awful lot for you to do at this point. We're just kind of running around. Let's keep going down with you. I doubt there's anything down here I'm going to be able to grab. We're just uncovering bits of the map right now. And another couple of cities where we can get something done. So you've completed the Master Poet. We really need to get walls and everything, but let's get the Elder Poet. We want to try and do everything we can to increase the culture in these newer cities. Because those are what are going to earn us the victory points, hopefully. You've completed the miner. We can get the other miner as well on the gems. Yeah, you give us an extra 10 gold and 1 culture per year, so let's get you there. And just end the year there. We don't even have other stuff that we need to deal with. Looks like we've had an event pop. So yeah, Carthage have got over 120 orders per year available to them. They must have been absolutely spamming military buildings. So the Queen of Carthage is dead. We can get a free ballista, or we can get the windlass, or we can get the free Kushite cavalry. I think we're going to go for windlass though. Let's just have a quick look now. And the current king of Carthage doesn't dislike me, which I think is fine, maybe. Okay, what about you? Obviously, we've got lots of trees here that we could utilise. Again, I don't like building in tree tiles if possible. We could get a market for a reasonable amount of money here. We could also get an Odeon. This is a new city, so I think the Odeon is probably the better option here. Got a few more workers that are not doing anything. You've built a library over here. It's suggesting an academy here. An academy would be a really good building. We don't want to spend too much stone and money on academies and things, because I don't think being ahead in tech is really going to help all that much. Build another harbour over here. We'll get 2 adjacency bonuses on culture from there. And this is suggesting an amphitheatre. Amphitheatres are useful. We cannot deny the usefulness of the amphitheatre. We can even afford to buy it as well. So that is fine. A lot of our buildings or cities here have finished doing what they were doing. Let's get the Elder Poet. We'll get some of these shopkeepers at some point from... In fact, let's queue up the shopkeeper as well. We'll go on to the next city here. You have finished the Longbowman. Let's get the apprentice shopkeeper here. So we want to try and get some more money. You have finished Festival 1. We can get some good fishers here. This one will give us 20 gold a year. So let's go ahead and do that. You've finished the Master Poet. You are the one I wanted to work on Forum 4. Now then, Forum 4 I cannot afford. but I could afford to sell a little food. And now I can, I think, afford... I'm just short by a tiny little amount. Let's just sell some wood. There we go. Now we can afford 4 and 4. That'll be one of the 4 done. So, fine. Everything's just fine. Not great, not terrible, just fine. You have finished the apprentice monk. We don't have the food to get the master monk. We could buy a little food, surely. How much food do we need? There we go. Let's get the master monk. And still yet more cities. So you have completed Festival 1. Let's get stonecutters. We are still desperately short for stone. Let's do these guys first. Again, we can't get the elephants again yet. Most of the resources that are within range, I already have anyway. Can't harvest those because they're in my own territory. Can you buy tiles? I think you can, can't you? Yes, you can. So let's buy another tile. I want this one here. So you don't have to use workers to buy tiles. You can do it with any unit. So yeah, there's not too much going on here. Can't go through there. That's to be expected. So we can get 6,000 gold here. Yeah, I think we're going to take the 6,000 gold. And do we want the XP or do we want Assyria owing us a favour? I think the favour might be more useful. Idle military units, is that bowman? Do we have a range here? We do not. We've got a range there with nobody sitting on it, so let's start moving up there. And that is the end of the turn, so I think I'm going to end the video there. Just before we do, we'll just quickly have a look. We are 2 points ahead still, so 12 points away from a win. The Pantheon is now being built by Assyria, which means they're now only... I mean, Assyria's not really going to catch us up. They're 20 points behind. 2 points from a wonder isn't going to help them. Circus Maximus and Hagia Sophia are still available, but given that our current state of stone and the cost of it, I'm not necessarily sure we're going to be able to afford to get those last couple of wonders. So we might just have to try and bump culture, and that is happening. I am building culture buildings. Some of these cities are going to take a while. Some of them are like 30 years out. Of course, they will get more upgrades by then, so that'll be fine. Again, just fine, not great. Where are some of our weaker cities? This one's a legendary city. Most of them are strong now. Some of them are still just developing. So this one is developing. This is 9 years away from giving us another point. This one's developing and is 22 years away, but there are more buildings we can add to that. So I think that might work out. Where is Babylon's territory? They must have some stuff over here in the Fog of War. I can't believe that this is going to be their only city. I mean, they are the absolute lowest rank here. There is a way to see this. They have one developing city, one strong city, and Babylon, which is legendary too. So they literally just have 3 cities. What I could do, I mean, unless they're in some sort of military alliance, which they may be, what I could do is attack Babylon and just take their stuff. I mean, I think I'd be strong enough to take them. A little bit difficult here because of their position. That, you know, that is a very defensive peninsula, and I have no idea how many units they've got over here in the Fog of War. But that is certainly something worth considering as an experiment to try. You know, do I have enough military units? Of course, the other problem is, if I did attack Babylon, or Babylonia, if I did attack them, I would probably lose some units, which means I'd end up possibly then getting attacked by Carthage. So it's always a really big risk. I mean, he doesn't like me very much anyway. It's something that I will think about, but I have no idea whether or not it's worthwhile. So let's give that some thought. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you are still enjoying the series. If you are, please do leave a like on the video and comment below. And again, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, because it's been great to see the channel growing again after the last few years. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.